Welcome back to Diesel Dragon Garage. Now that I got this car where I can just open the door, sit down, and start it up. I think I should go over the plans I have for this thing. Let me start with the frame. Now, I mean, it's pretty dark under here. You can't really see that well. But for the year model and the age and the amount of time it's been sitting, this frame is actually not that bad condition. From what I can tell anyways, from just looking underneath. I don't have a lift just yet. But, you know, it's usually rusted out right here. I mean, you do got a small hole right there where my finger's at, but still seems pretty solid. Like I'm not jamming my finger through there, still seems pretty thick. The other side, there's no hole at all, and just as thick. This is probably a pretty good serviceable frame, but I'm not going to use it, not for my needs. I plan on having 600 to 700 horsepower in this baby, and these frames were known for having a lot of flex on them. So there is a company called SR3 that makes a aftermarket frame tubular chassis. And I will be hitting them up in a few months to get one of those on order. They have all kinds of options and stuff that you can add to it, like brake line, suspension. They even have fuel tanks, stainless steel fuel tanks for LS engines, EFI. So we'll see what add-ons I get that order along with it, but let's move on to the engine. And you know, that 283, as I said before, it just doesn't belong in a Corvette. I don't know who put it in there or for what reason, but that will definitely be pulled along with the frame. And I do want to go with an LS7, but I also kind of want to go with supercharged. Not saying you can't supercharge an LS7, but the particular one that I'm looking at has 11.5 to 1 compression ratio, and you know, it'd be kind of pushing it if you put a supercharger on that. A more economic way is to go with an LS3, supercharge it later, or an LSA. But engine's still kind of up in the air, but it will be an LS engine, LS3, LSA, or an LS7. Sitting behind that will be a T56 6-speed. Right now, it has the 4-speed in there, as you can see. That pretty much does the drivetrain. I mean, the rear end that comes with the frame when I order it. I think it comes with like 203 gears of the Dana rear end, but might upgrade that to a 411 or something. Not sure yet. Interior. Now, I do like a little bit of originality. I'm not a big stiffler on it. I do like my electronics and stuff as well. I do want to keep this classic look though. I mean, obviously I'm going to upgrade to electronic gauges, so all these gauges will probably be gone. I'll have I like the 63 style, 63 split window gauges with the stainless steel bezels and everything that go around the gauges. Ignition, probably going to be doing a keyed ignition. I was thinking about push button start, but I kind of do want to keep the classic look and everything, so keyed is probably the way to go. So I do want navigation, but I don't want to mess up the classic look that this car has. I do want to keep the clock, or at least the cutout for the clock. I'm thinking there's a couple of different options I'm thinking about. I could go with a Raspberry Pi, buy a round LCD screen that could display something, fit in here. But that would be a lot of work and a lot of finesse trying to figure out what will be displayed there. Is it going to be touchscreen? Is it not? If it is touchscreen, am I actually going to be able to do anything in that small of an area? There is a company that makes a double din. It's like a little attachment that goes up here, kind of flows with the half moon dash. There's like a third smaller one where you put a double din in there. But I really don't like the look of it. Like it just doesn't fit to me. It doesn't flow as well as I would like it to. So what I'm thinking is there's a company that makes these little magnetic holders. You stick it on the dash. It's a big, strong magnet. You put another magnet in your phone case on the back side of it, and you can just stick your phone right there. And I think that would be just fine. I run some Android Auto on the phone. When I'm done with it, I can just pull the phone off, and all I will have is a little mount right there. Not too noticeable. It doesn't really mess with the look that much, and that's probably the route I'll go. I'll probably have some USB connectors on the side or something, or maybe right here, kind of hidden, but not too hidden where you can't find them. For the seats, I mean, these are actually pretty good condition, but they are vinyl. I do want leather, and I also want headrests on top because this will be an everyday driver when I'm done with it. So putting in headrests, reupholster with leather. Back here on the fender wells, I will need to tub them out. The aftermarket frame that I'll be purchasing does allow for tubs, and put some wider wheels underneath. So both sides tubbed out. Of course, new carpet. This could probably be cleaned up, but I'll be replacing it all. The headliner, I was going to keep this headliner, but I noticed a few things. Like right here, you can see a patch. I don't know if that's showing up in the camera. It looks like it is. There's a little patch there. Over here, I noticed this little rip. Little small things. I mean, it's definitely a serviceable headliner, but it's not. I want a little bit better condition. I mean, this is not exactly what I want for my car. For this particular car, anyways. So headliner is getting replaced. Probably with leather. We'll see. I might go vinyl. I don't know. That's all up in the air at the moment. Of course, we need new visors. The steering wheel, since I will be having a rack and pinion power steering setup, I don't need this huge steering wheel. I mean, look how close it is to my legs right there. And if I'm over here trying to shift gears with the clutch, you know, my legs hitting it, this just ain't gonna work out. Probably go with a 14-inch. Yeah, I've read some reviews where the 14-inch kind of blocks the gauges, so we might have to change out the steering column for a tilt steering column as well. Down here with the T56, I'll be needing to add 1 inch to the tunnel. So I'll be cutting the tunnel, adding 1 inch of fiberglass all around, and that allows room for the T56 to fit in there. This, of course, will get replaced out with one that says 6, and I think that gets rid of the ashtray, which, I mean, I'm I don't smoke, and even if I did, I wouldn't be smoking in this car when I'm done with it. Right here, emergency brake is missing. I already have one on order. It does seem like it's on back order, so I might not receive that until January, but that's all right. It's not like I'm going to have the car anywhere close to being done by January anyways. So my only concern at the moment right now is just if I'm going to be able to drive it. I still need to do the brakes, and there is an issue with the half shaft. Let's see if I can get a thing on here. It is dark, so I don't know if this shows up. All right, there we go. So that's not what a half shaft should be doing or look like. Yeah, it gets really dark. We can't see it. But apparently, from what the previous owner told me, is that the parking brake was locked up and they didn't know what to do, so they just cut the half shaft. I guess if it works, it works. I already do have a new half shaft here. There's the new one. That's something I'll need to put in. Not a big deal. It was only like 50 bucks on eBay, and that's just so I can get it moving under its own power when I need to move it around. Obviously, I would not be doing most of the work in this garage. I do have a huge 30 by 80 workshop that is not on location. That will be where the majority of the work happens. I just wanted it here to get it started running, given that this is where I live, and of course I can have more time to work on it if it's right next to me. For my workshop, it's about an hour and a half away from me. But that's pretty much my plans for the car. If you have any questions, anything else you want to add, maybe suggestions that I could do for this thing, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.